This is a Fatal 4 podcast.
All right, so here's the deal. You're going to want to stop me when I do this.
Wait, is this part of your intro?
No.
Yeah, I thought this was
I'm
the
just saying.
intro.
Yeah, what's fucking happening?
It's another one of those where you're gonna want to say, "Hold on a second," but
Wait a minute.
just let it go.
We're just gonna let you cook and then just
Yeah.
I'll get you on the
Listen,
back end. Go ahead.
It's gonna be. It'll be weird. I promise you, it's gonna be weird. But just let it go.
Paul, leave all this in.
Hey, you just don't go past one knuckle.
What? Anyway, okay. Hello, baby. They say what is understood need not be discussed, but something definitely needs discussing, and that is Japanese professional wrestling. I am your host, Kaz Wheeler, and we're here in the afterglow of Wrestlemania Weekend, and we're going to be talking plenty about that and what's on the horizon. But as always, I never do such things alone. With me yet again, he thinks brunch is a gimmick. It's B-Rob.
I don't know what that gimmick was.
You don't need to. And alongside him, he's the Luigi to my Mario. It's Will Housel.
Yeah, because I want to shoot all the politicians. Was that like a Val Venis thing? What was that?
It was a Sammy Hagar thing.
Oh, Jake Hagar? Oh, I love Jake Hagar. The Rolling Stones.
I mean, honestly, that's not that far away. What I was going for. And as always, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to this show on your podcatcher of choice. Find us over on Blue Sky and give us feedback, and go leave us one of those 5-star reviews and let everybody know how much you love this here show. And if you do, I'll read it in this very intro. That's right. You can put words in my mouth. And finally, if you're enjoying our content and want more from us or anyone else at Fatal 4 Podcasts, head on over to Patreon and search Fatal 4 Podcasts, or go to fatal4podcasts.com. That's fatal, F-O-U-R, podcast.com, and sign up at either the $3 Discord level, which gets you full access to our Discord where we talk all things wrestling and anything else your heart desires throughout the week, or sign up with the $5 Fatal 4 Plus level and get all that along with exclusive monthly bonus shows from across the Fatal 4 Podcast Network, including the upcoming mailbag episode where our loyal Patreon subscribers have sent in questions for all your favorite hosts to answer. So, boys.
That's right. You finally find out if we fold or scrunch when we wipe.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you fold or do we scrunch? That's what you got to find out. You got to pay the money, the big bucks to find that out.
I didn't really consider that there was a second option there.
Which one is your first option? Wait, you know what? Hold it for the Patreon. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Yeah, you got to pay for that. Anyway, speaking of shitty news, Tetsuya Naito and Bushi are leaving New Japan Professional Wrestling.
I mean, is that shitty?
They've been compromised to a permanent end.
I mean, basically. As reported by New Japan themselves, after a lengthy contract negotiation, Naito and New Japan have agreed to part ways, with Naito finishing out his bookings. And the final night with the company will be Dontaku on May 4th, along with his fellow LIJ member Bushi. How are we feeling?
So, we talk about the interview that they gave, basically explaining why they're leaving. So some people may not have seen this, they always saw the headline. More or less, Naito was not pleased with the direction the company was going. I guess he saw the writing on the wall. We're going very young, and we're phasing you guys out.
You see the writing on the wall.
Oh, your favorite.
Yeah, the old stuff.
And Naito, who is 42, and Bushi, good lord, I did not know was also 42.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know he's that old.
Shook me to my core when I read that. But Bushi was so loyal to Naito that he said, if he's leaving, I'm leaving kind of deal. Here they had new contracts on the table, but they just up and like, no. Naito was apparently going to quit wrestling as a whole when he decided to leave New Japan, but I think he said when he saw like he had fans, I think it was like Malaysia or the Philippines, some country, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do a tour. I'm gonna go work independent, which I called this that he's been working independent for months now. Ever since was that this year or last year when he did Noah? That was last year, actually. Never mind.
Last year, yeah.
My bad. So he's officially been working independent since this year, but I feel like the signs were already there.
Mm-hmm. Because I think he was how they call it freelance working, right?
Right. He was listed on the Noah site as part of the roster, which I mean could have just been happenstance because they were doing the Congo feud. But Naito, I'm assuming he probably goes and does a bunch of Euro tours. The assumption is that people always said, "Oh, Naito hates America." He just hated Ring of Honor. Because he said I forgot what the interview was, but he definitely praised AEW in their production. He likes the big production. He likes all that pizzazz and stuff. But he's also a freak apparently when he eats internationally. Did you guys know this?
No.
So whenever he eats internationally, he only eats two things. He'll eat a continental waffle with some fruit or Subway.
Eat fresh.
Apparently, that's the only thing he'll eat when he's not in Japan.
I need to know what type of sandwich Naito gets.
Yeah,
Subway.
what
I do
Naito?
too.
What kind of you eating that meatball marinara, Naito? You getting that big foot long cookie with it?
This is wild, kind of, because like.
Oh, but sorry, just to cut you off. But Bushi also apparently has offers from companies already that he's mulling over. Not like some major companies, but like smaller independents that I could definitely see him working. But go on, B-Rob.
It's just like over these past couple of years and everything, like because you know I'm not as long time New Japan fan as you gentlemen may be, or just in Japanese wrestling in general. So like for me, stepping in, it seemed like Naito, Tanahashi, and Minoru and Brett Guy and all those other guys seemed like. Because I had no context then, but like they seemed like they were loyal to this company to some effect or whatever, and I kind of saw those as like the mainstays. And then they started leaving and going to do independent shit and showing up in other companies, MLW and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, Naito was like, yeah, I could probably go do that. Even Ishii, I was like, yo, Ishii is like
Ishii's more or less part of the AEW roster at this point.
Yeah. So I was like, yo. I didn't think Naito would be like one of those guys to go out and do what essentially they've been doing for a while now.
Well, I guess the thing is, like an Ishii, his body still works.
Yeah.
Naito's kind of like, here's the thing,
which is funny because he's older than Naito.
Yeah, like Naito's still a draw. Like ticket wise and popularity wise, he's still a draw. So it hurts New Japan there. But in-ring wise and moving towards the future, I mean, how badly does it really hurt him?
I honestly, maybe he gets that Rey Mysterio stem cell with his time off.
Puts it in his knees and his back
and his eyes.
Yes.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, he'll just get on his knees and just like face, neck, and chest, please.
Oh, geez, that's a whole different video.
Good God.
But honestly, I could also see Naito just doing this short tour and then coming back for Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is just his excuse to take off the G1 and World Tag League, and then he can be back and like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, like if he freelanced and just showed up every once in a while, that would not surprise me.
Now, but the I guess the wildest question is, where does he make his U.S. appearances? Because at least one U.S. company is going to come calling. Which one is it?
Well, yeah, because Tony Khan loves 2019 in New Japan.
No. I'm talking about, will we see Naito in NXT.
The N stands for Naito.
Naito
NXT.
He will show up in NJXT.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. Naito and Bushi against Hank and Tank for the NXT tag titles.
Ugh.
What's the, because we got Liger and Breeze years ago. Weird.
Right.
So who's the match?
What's
the weird ass match that Naito?
Who's the Tyler Breeze of current NXT?
Yeah.
No one.
Sean Spears? I don't fucking know.
Nah, we don't want that. But no lie, that's the first name that came to my mind.
I know. I'm trying to think. Okay, who's a guy that's like, he's prominent enough on the card that where you can give him a big match, he'll deliver with an old guy, but he could still take the loss. Fuck, I think I watch NXT enough to figure someone out, but I don't know.
Is it Josh Briggs?
No, it should be Eddie Thorpe.
No. Let's not do that.
Oh, Ethan Page. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Ethan Page is the easy one. He could point at his mouth, and then Naito could point at his eye, and all the crowd go, ah, this is awesome.
I don't know. Obviously a lot of people are saying, well, he'll probably go to Noah or something, but man, they don't need more old guys.
Yeah.
They really need to focus on the guys they got right now.
He should go where Gleet.
I was going to say Gleet seems like a place where I would not be surprised at him showing up.
One of the few promotions that have a partnership with both WWE and AEW.
Yeah. Weird shit.
Do you think WWE knows they're in a partnership with Gleet?
I imagine 99% of WWE has no idea what Gleet is.
That's the song that was the Mania theme this year.
They think it's that thing you do with your tongue where you spit the
Yeah, I was just about to say that. As a child, that's what we called it.
What? Wait, what? What do you know?
You know when you squirt water from under your tongue?
No. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
How do you not know that? Is this not a thing?
Water from under your tongue? What are you talking about?
Or spit or whatever it is.
It's not a thing you Gen Z people do.
Is this a thing I need to figure out? Is this like a kink thing? What is this?
Well, I've never been able to do it. I just know people who work. Right?
Yeah, I usually did it by accident.
I've never.
Just look it up.
I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah, Naito should just take the job wherever they give him the money.
Yeah,
Bushi, he'll land on his feet, no problem. I think.
Bushi could probably have his pick.
I think that's the wild card here, actually. Because does Bushi just follow in line where Naito goes, or does he even like?
I mean, you would think.
Yeah, especially since he made that comment. It's like, if he's leaving, I'm leaving. So, I mean, why wouldn't he go where Naito goes?
Oh, that was also the thing that they told all of LIJ before this was announced. So this wasn't a surprise to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess now the question is, where does LIJ go?
Yoda Tsuji is the leader.
They don't get absorbed into Hantai.
Oh,
everybody else does.
I mean, they only lost two people.
You lost your leader.
So we've got Tsuji, Hiromu, Teton,
Templario.
Yeah.
That's Templario's the wrong stable.
Yeah, Templario's United
Empire. All right, yes. I'm sorry.
Are we down to 3, right? Yeah, we're down to 3. 3 does not a stable make it in New Japan.
Wait, hold on. Are we really down to 3?
Yeah, Shingo, Hiromu, and Yoda.
Teton.
And Teton.
4. Yeah, 4.
Yes, you're right. Shingo, yeah.
Is Hiromu the leader by default?
Yoda Tsuji.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really want to talk about who leaders are in stables anymore because we already had.
Why? What possible conversation could we have with that?
I can't. B-Rob, did you see? Yeah, you did. Yes, you did because
He did. He sent it hours after we already talked about it.
Yes, we posted it hours after because he doesn't
B-Rob
scroll.
Special.
Yes.
No doom scrolling here.
The world doesn't exist before B-Rob posts something.
Yeah, the world doesn't exist sometimes before I wake up.
Hey, did you know the Pope died?
What? Hold on. I got to post it first. He's not dead until I post it.
He's not talking about D'Angelo De Niro.
Good. Thank God.
You know he stole the rainmaker. I mean, Okada stole his gimmick from the Pope.
Oh, that's what
No.
Okada should do in AEW. He should do. Remember Devon's kids? Remember
Yeah.
that angle? Whose kids could he take in AEW? Okada.
Well, you don't think the Rainmaker gimmick is the ripoff of what Pope did in TNA?
I didn't watch that era of TNA, so I honestly couldn't tell you.
There's the Pope D'Angelo De Niro.
Yeah. That's money, like the Rainmaker coins. Yeah, he had a long coat. He walked out to the ring and money fell from the sky. And then, like, Okada did his excursion there in TNA sometime during the same era.
Yeah,
they crossed paths. Yeah, and then he went back to New Japan and he became the Rainmaker.
Like the Green Hornet.
Yeah, so if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can listen to the episode of Random Rounds with Rob, to where I interview the Pope and he talks about it.
You talked to the Pope?
Yes.
How many people you've interviewed?
Seriously.
That we cannot get on this show.
No shit.
Trust me, I've tried messaging
people. Breaking news as we record. It seems that Braun Breaker... No, shut up. It seems that Braun Breaker has joined Seth Rollins.
Huh.
Well, that makes sense. They were teasing that at WWE World earlier.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Good luck. What else we got in the news?
Yeah, we also have
we are still in the A block.
Yeah, we'll burn through this stuff pretty quickly. There was also a special press conference Friday announcing a special pay-per-view event pitting New Japan Pro Wrestling against DDT. New Japan chairman Naoki Sugabayashi and DDT's Sanshiro Takagi were on hand to announce what they described will be an all-out war in a one-match pay-per-view, pitting, you guessed it, Toru Yano and Super Sasandango Machine, taking place on July 9th.
Sweet.
This is gonna be something.
I want the world to where we get R2 versus Yano. It should be coming closer.
I mean, it's closer than it should be. But yeah, so this is just going to be some dumb, ridiculous thing that they're going to do a bunch of gimmicky shit on.
Yeah, it's going to be another 2-hour
probably
essay thing.
Probably.
No, 2-hour essay. That's NXT Mexico.
Will we do an excursion on this? I don't know about that, but maybe if it's interesting enough, maybe.
We still got to go to Ring Ka King. Let's
hold your horses.
Hold your horses.
Well, I like to have things planned out in advance, but we'll see.
I don't.
Okay.
Also, after joining the Don Callis family on AEW TV, Konosuke Takeshita's mystery partner for the Dontaku tour was revealed to be Rocky Romero. Are we excited?
They reunited Roppongi Vice. Roppongi Vice is back.
What?
You didn't see that?
Rocky and Trent.
Oh, yeah. Trent came back, yeah.
Roppongi Lights.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they bring that song back.
I mean, Rocky owns it, I imagine.
Yeah, I was going to say, Rocky
made it.
I mean, Rocky owns
it's like
half
in his
the
phone.
Themes that are used today.
It's in his MP3 player.
But yeah, so it'll be
When's the last time
Rocky
was a heel? I feel like it's been a minute. Outside of Mexico, at least.
He jumped people at the press conference and shit.
Maybe when he was teaming with
Kozlov?
Yeah. That's why I first come across the Forever Clotheslines.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I met them at an ROH show, and Alexander Kozlov was very confused because he thought he knew me. I'm like, no, we never met before. He swore on his life.
You should have went with it.
Like, yes, I am.
He could have been your best friend. He could have put you in
chaos.
So many places. Yeah, that too.
Didn't he come back to do commentary for a minute? Am I imagining that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's when they were giving everybody a chance at commentary.
Remember New Japan booking Lanny Poffo?
Yes, it was terrible. R.I.P. Lanny Poffo, but it was not good.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. to him, but I'm built different.
Yes.
Come on.
Wanted to, or no, we'll do this first. CMLL announced that they are putting on their end of the Fantastica Mania event the night after AEW's Grand Slam Mexico show, featuring CMLL, AEW, New Japan, ROH, Rev Pro, and New Japan Strong. So yeah, we get a little bit more Fantastica Mania in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun.
So like a lot of people have been kind of like banging on this because, you know, they just announced that WWE has acquired AAA.
We're jumping into that. We're jumping the gun on that story.
Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's put them together, and then we'll.
Yeah,
talk
it's all touching it. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Wow, because they're all Mexican.
Sure.
I'm about to try real good on that one.
I was gonna wait you out. I was gonna see who was gonna break first.
But yes. So we'll also touch on the fact that WWE has bought AAA.
Which was crazy because, like, when the announcement first was like, "Oh, they're doing a Worlds Collide," I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of neat." And then they're like, "Oh, we acquired AAA," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
Why is my king go on WrestleMania?
Supposedly,
And it was another one of those situations. It was like for real. This happened night one of WrestleMania, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my afternoon planned out to where I was going to watch a movie to eat up all that dead time from, like, you know, the first bell time and shit. Because I wanted to end my movie and then roll right into the WrestleMania festivities. Mm-hmm. So my movie went over a little bit. So I missed, like, you know, the national anthem and all kind of the you know, the stuff that I don't really care about. Yeah. So I'm getting into the first match and everything, and I pull up my phone because, you know, when I'm watching movies with the wife or whatever, you know, the phone goes away. So I jump in the chat with y'all in our Discord, which you too can be a part of by joining our Patreon to get exclusive access for just $3 a month at patreon.com/fatal4pod.com. That's FOUR. So they was talking about, oh, look, they got the Worlds Collide with AAA. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then I was like, they bought that. They're like, what do you mean? What do you mean they bought that? I don't understand. My brain is not computing right now. And then I see the pictures of Triple H and Vikingo, which I thought was photoshopped. And I was like, no, they had a press conference and everything. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Now, can Penta get his name back?
Was it this company?
Question.
Yeah, it was AAA.
Yeah, AAA owns Pentagon Jr.
Yeah. So that was the thing that I was talking to I think Austin about in the Discord. It's just they got the lineage now. They got the archive, so they have rights to all kinds of different masks and shit now, and names and stuff. So,
like the most important luchador, Grande Americano.
Yeah.
I will say, as far as that goes, I believe AAA is under a similar thing where they don't own a lot of their old footage, though. So as far as archive stuff, they only have access to certain.
Listen, as long as they own footage, the greatest match of all time from their company, it's okay.
Which is
Wagner versus Blue Demon.
Jeff Jarrett? Oh.
No. El Hijo Dr. Wagner versus Blue Demon.
D-Man.
Y'all ever watch that match?
No.
It is the bloodiest fucking match of all time. They go so insane. Blue Demon just cracks a whole cinder block over Wagner's head at one point. It's awesome.
Noted. Put it on the docket.
It's worth the watch. But then it made me really upset because they did the rematch in New York at MSG, and I went to it. I'm thinking, oh, yes, violence. But then I remember the New York State Athletic Commission doesn't allow blood.
Oh.
So I just got two old dudes beating each other up.
So that's why they always go to New Jersey.
Exactly. Or Philadelphia. Why do you think like CCW and GCW always ran like South Philly and New Jersey? Because that's they allow blood.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also they're cheap.
Right, well, that too, but also it's like
that too, but
it's also like they know they can make more money if they ran in New York, but they can't have the blood.
Yeah.
Unless you do it accidentally.
I mean, yeah, that's the only have to gig accidentally.
So I think the question I had here, does that make a consideration for WWE potentially making a move into Japan more realistic now.
Yeah, I mean, it was already there with Marigold and Noah.
Right. They almost signed Sakamoto to be. They had Hachiman. What else was on there? They had Sanjiro Takagi, right, at some point. Was going to jump ship too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they are in there.
Like, the people who own Noah, they're not hurting for money. Cyberfight is a huge company that doesn't need to sell. But could you see them selling someplace like Pro Wrestling Noah?
I don't know.
I don't think they would. I think it would be more of a partnership rather than a
right.
It would be like a 50-50 deal or something. Or
Noah's been too hot on their own by this. Like the year of Ozawa is truly a hot year for them.
Yeah, mm-hmm. and I've been saying it too. Like, you know, I'm not as versed in this stuff as you guys are, but like when I look at Noah, it looks way better than what New Japan looks like. Like, just aesthetically, just like the production, everything. It just looks better, you know?
Yeah. And that's because Cyberfight has a lot more money than Bushiroad does.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Marigold, on the other hand, I can see Rossi selling up on that very quickly.
Mm-hmm. You probably like, shit, go ahead.
It's like, would you please?
Yeah. And then, like, I mean, it throws the wrinkle in there then, because, like, the last time we recorded, freaking The Rock has the New Japan Lion shirt on and shit, and it's just like, what's the deal with all that? But, you know, I already kind of spoke on that. It's just like I believe they're trying to finagle some way to get, you know, Tanahashi his, you know, flowers at the end with Nakamura or Cena, some shit like that. But yeah, weird shit. Wrestling, I love this part of wrestling because, you know, I'm the type of person I like all my food to touch, so I don't care.
The other thing that we have in the news, just going to give a quick Champion Carnival update. All Japan Champion Carnival at the moment, the current leaders for Block A is Davey Boy Smith Jr. at 6 points. Along with Jun Saito, Hideki Suzuki, and Kento Miyahara, and Kingo Mashimo at 4 points apiece. And in B block, Mike D. Vecchio at 6, Ryuki Honda at 6, and Yuma Anzai and Agle Blanc at 4, with our pick from the All Japan episode, Rei Saito, currently sitting at 0 points. So far, not looking great for Rei Saito.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you want more in-depth analysis on the Champion Carnival or whatever, check out Jessica over there at the Jumping Knee podcast.
Yes, doing great work covering that tournament right now. That's all we got for the news. When we come back, we're going to talk all the happenings over WrestleMania weekend.
And we're back for some B block action. Not only did WrestleMania just happen this past weekend, there was a lot of things that we can probably consider that is Japanese wrestling related to happen over WrestleMania weekend. One of them is I guess one of the shows for the road to Dontaku and whatnot that we have here on the docket.
The only New Japan show that counted this weekend.
It did? That's the only?
Yeah.
So yeah, Tanahashi defeats Jeff Cobb, that was his last match, correct?
Yes, Jeff Cobb's not officially done with
able
Japan.
to eat Cobb the long way.
I knew you were going to work that in there somehow.
I want that sign somewhere.
Of course you do.
This corned Cobb the wrong way.
This had maybe my favorite spot of Tanahashi's
career
retirement tour. Is Tanahashi tried to do the standing moonsault, and it went very poorly. The man almost landed on his neck.
What?
Uh-huh.
Why would he do that?
Listen, it's only like an 8-minute match. Go back and watch it. But yeah, Cobb tried to do his standing moonsault, and Tanahashi moved, and then Tanahashi went for one and almost ended the retirement tour early.
Like Jericho botching the lion salt.
Honestly, I think Jericho got farther over.
Oh shit!
It wasn't great. It was
if
very
it was
funny,
me, I
though.
would have just laid on my back and rolled over.
It was very funny, but yeah, it was a fine match. But yeah, Jeff Cobb takes the loss. Gave a nice goodbye speech.
And did nothing else.
Yep. Thanked all of his United Empire.
He deleted
friends.
his Twitter right after.
He said thank you to Templario and Akira and Callum and Jacob Austin Young and Great O'Khan, all his friends,
and that's it.
Didn't leave anybody out.
Nope, he got everybody. I think he even said something about Will Ospreay.
And everyone was happy.
Yep.
And that's all we got to say about that. Now we move on to WrestleMania Weekend in Las Vegas. I think we'll start with Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 13, which featured a number of Japanese talent.
Yeah, and WWE talent.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to just run through the card real quick. They had Micah versus Carmen Petrovic of NXT fame. And this was, no lie, my first time seeing her outside of the WWE system in essence, I guess. And she was kind of utilizing her martial arts background. She had an all right showing, but Micah did come out with the victory in that one. Now, I think the talk of the women's matches or whatnot, not because of how skillfully done it was, but just the implications of it. Natty Neidhart in a fucking GCW match, Bloodsport of all things.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah. And she came out to like Rage Against the Machine or some shit. And
yeah, it was like a mix of her theme and Killing in the Name of. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty damn cool. She had the gi or the jacket that said Low Key Legend. And not Loki, Low Key. And she took on come on, I'm bad at these names.
Miyu Yamashita.
Yeah, Miyu Yamashita. Which
had
I
a
think
very
we've
good
seen her
weekend.
on Excursion, right?
Did we?
She was in the SA match.
She was in the DDT match, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she was. Yes, she was.
Yeah, I remember that lady. She do the kicks real well.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
Yeah, but her and Natty put on a good match. Natty really got to show why she is like touted as one of the best women's technical wrestlers in professional wrestling. I mean, it wasn't like overly overt or whatever. It was just like, I got skills. And she showed that shit. And it was cool to see her outside of her element, more or less. And then this match would conclude with Natty getting the victory, but also setting up maybe a return match with her and Miyu with Miyu, and setting up for another match with some lady in the crowd that I already forgot her name.
From the NWA.
Yeah, there you go. So Natty is making up stuff everywhere. So might get a return match with Miyu and this new match with the NWA lady, because I think Natalya has been advertised for the NWA Crockett Cup or some shit like that, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's in the tournament proper, but she's definitely appearing.
Going to be there or something.
At the show, yeah.
So Natty making $1 million moves.
Just want to be on the bench.
Mm-hmm. And I'm all for that. Just like all these guys and gals doing the blood sport thing for WWE. If you're not doing shit with them, let them go out and do things.
Especially the younger ones. Like, let them get some experience.
Yeah, one match that you don't have on here is Tavion Height. He had a match on the card, which he won with that crazy ass belly to belly slam. He did it from the outside of the ring back into the ring, and then he did it again inside the ring to win. It's crazy shit.
That dude's very talented, and it's crazy that they haven't done much with him since he came back.
Yep. And then also another match that you left off of here was Charlie Dempsey went up against the one guy I forgot about. but Charlie Dempsey kicked ass.
Was he the Thatcher match? No, that was Pete Dunne.
No, it was
Pete
the
Dunne.
actual MMA fighter.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of shit on here, man. You don't even have Karrion Kross against Kratos.
Because I put on all the ones that were relevant to our show.
Oh,
the Japanese talent.
MMA fighter.
Yeah. But anyway, Zack Sabre Jr. beat Jonathan Gresham by kicking him in the face till he could not continue. So that was cool.
Like, this is what you get for grooming children.
Oh,
what?
Pew, 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 pew. It's that thing to where like it's acceptable now, but if you flash back 10 years, the age differential is pretty bad. Anyway, Shayna Baszler fought
Hope we never
Konami.
interviewed him.
I mean, I don't think I like, no lie. I went when they did their first independent show in Atlanta. Me, Will, and what's the dude from Grapsody?
Reg?
Not the other one. Phil.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah, we all had an Airbnb together. We went to their show, and I got to meet the man in person, him and Jordan Grace, because they both ran matches on the show. Yeah, cool guy. Anyway, Zack Sabre Jr. beat his ass. Shayna Baszler and Konami up, down, left, right, ABA, select, start. They had a good match, and yeah, Bloodsport was fine.
Thank you, Dave Meltzer.
You're welcome.
The next show we want to talk about a couple matches on TJPW live in Vegas.
He did
two
the
matches that
dab.
were standouts. TNA Knockouts World Title. Masha Slamovich defeats Miyu Watanabe.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about this.
It's a very good match. I think
Masha wrestled the most matches this weekend, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think she did last year too.
Masha is a machine.
No, it was wasn't it Speedball?
Oh, I think Masha was the year before. Yeah, I think Speedball did last
For the
year.
girls.
Yeah,
The
Masha's always around everywhere. WrestleMania weekend.
That's why she was
she's
one of
always very
my
good.
Wrestler of the Year picks.
Mm-hmm. She's one that I think won't be in TNA for much longer.
Well, I mean,
Really,
or she could
shouldn't
just
be.
stay in TNA and she just be in WWE by proxy.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a very good match.
Side tangent.
Yes, sir.
I would like to see Slamovich and Hirsch as a tandem or as opposed to each other.
Huh.
Anyway,
I don't hate that. Yeah.
just thinking out loud.
But yeah, Miyu Watanabe, if you've never seen her before, she is surprisingly strong.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It is always fun to watch her basically just start deadlifting people. This was, I'd say these two matches on this show are probably my favorite from the Mania Weekend matches, personally. I think the only thing the whole weekend that might challenge it is that triple threat at WrestleMania, night 2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about night 1 NXT.
No, the night 2, the women's title.
Yeah.
But yeah, Masha Slamovich picks up the win there. And then the main event of this show, Princess of Princesses Championship. Mizuki defeats Miyu Yamashita. If you haven't seen Mizuki, yes, you have. She's the one that does the super spinny thing, the super spinny splash thing.
Super spinny splash.
It's called the Whirling Candy. This match was, I think this was the match of the weekend. This was really good.
The World Candy is the one that goes viral every other month.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, but if you go out of your way to watch anything this weekend, these are the ones I would go watch. These two worked really well together. I think this was probably the best representation of TJPW.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny
you
you say that because the next match on this list is my pick for the best match of the weekend.
Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean?
No, I didn't put that on here because that was terrible.
Them shooting on each other was hilarious.
That was insane.
Quote unquote shooting.
Well, I'm not too sure Butterbean knew where he was, but the next show, DDT goes Las Vegas. DDT Universal Championship. Minoru Suzuki defeats the legend Yoshihiko.
Yeah, didn't Shinsuke had some words for him too?
Oh, that was later. But yeah, this was a just violent, bloody brawl between an angry grandfather and a blow-up doll.
Yes, you heard it here, folks. An angry grandpa and a blow up doll.
And understand, it's one of the best wrestling matches of the weekend.
It was. The doll bleeds.
What does? Yes, it does. It's
Great.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's something we're going to have to do a Yoshihiko.
I do. I really want. I want the genesis of the beginning of the era of.
Because it's very fun. But yeah, that was a great match. Also a great match. The main event of that show, Konosuke Takeshita defeats Mao.
Is that the one where you play the drums?
I think you asked that last time, too.
Yes, he did.
I like Mao playing drums.
I mean, he's good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not just another just killer match because it's Takeshita. He doesn't have anything that isn't great.
I don't know.
He and
this
Mao work
dude
really
is
well
like
together.
easily wrestler of the year every year.
I mean, he very well could be. Mao has gotten a lot of size on him the last little bit, so he looked really good here, and I think he's going to be very interesting in Best of Super Juniors this year.
Sweet.
Yeah. We'll move on to Joey Janela's Spring Break. There are two matches to talk about. Some Pro Wrestling Noah alum on here, Dr. Wagner Jr., El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., and Galeno Del Mal defeat Aries, Gringo Loco, and Jack Cartwheel. This was a really fun match. It's just a good 6-man lucha.
Good lucha
spot
thing.
fest. Yeah.
Good lucha thing.
Yeah, this was fun. I love Galeno Del Mal. He's just a big dude who can just do anything. He's really fun to watch if you've never checked him out in Noah. He's currently the GHC National Champion, I believe.
Word.
Also on this show, another match I really enjoyed. Megan Bain defeats Bozilla.
Bozilla.
Now, I know last show we said, Bozilla's going home to Germany.
Psych.
So, she is in Vegas wrestling Megan Bain and having a very good match. Like this was interesting. Bozilla kind of controlled most of the match. It was actually really impressive. She kind of just beat the shit out of Megan Bain for a good 5 minutes, and it's just really interesting seeing because there just aren't many women their size. So seeing
I'm having
them,
stupid thoughts right now.
Oh, no.
I know you are, but seeing them throwing each other around is really fun.
Now you know that Jigga song. I keep thinking Jigga. What's my mother? Yeah, I keep saying Bozilla instead of Jigga.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But yeah, that's shit. Another match. That's another match I would go out of my way to watch because that was a lot of fun. Megan Bain just oozes star.
Mm-hmm.
What other match?
We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, I regretted that wording the second I said it, but yeah, we'll move on. The DDT TJPW GCW Super Show this weekend. Konosuke Takeshita teamed with Masha Slamovich against Shinya Aoki and Miyu Yamashita. This was... It wasn't my favorite match of the weekend, but the stuff between Takeshita and Yamashita was a lot of fun. They really got into it with each other, and I enjoyed that a lot.
I liked when Manders and Maki Ito just like cowboys on this show.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm. What I didn't enjoy is Maki Ito and Mickey James.
Oh boy,
Dave Meltzer, you son of a bitch!
Yeah. But that's all we'll say about that. The last match we want to talk about from Effie's Big Gay Brunch, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kid Bandit.
Yeah.
This was good.
Like me some Kid Bandit.
Yeah, Kid Bandit's great. And this was kind of... I don't want to use the word coming out party for the Big Gay Brunch show, but I think it was really Kid Bandit showing that she's just really back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And looked like $1 million against Zack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a really good match. I enjoyed it a lot.
Did you hear Effie's speech at the end?
Oh, yeah.
I did not. I didn't catch it yet. I hadn't
Effie
finished the
went
show.
off.
Yeah. He went off Queen.
And then we gave it to Dark Sheik, and Dark Sheik went off too.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I have to finish that show. I need to see that. But yeah, that is there anything else from WrestleMania weekend that we didn't talk about that you guys wanted to touch on?
Fuck Travis Scott.
Fee.
All right, that'll take care of WrestleMania weekend for this year. When we come back, we're going to talk the next couple shows on the New Japan calendar. We'll see you in just a minute.
And welcome back. We are entering the C block. C, famously for Alberto El Patron's chant, C.
No.
I'm going to have this thought again on another show that you may have heard of. Didn't get all of it. Ain't no way that boy going to be on this shit.
Well,
Ain't no way.
You keep saying that, but yeah.
We'll see.
Yes.
See?
Another thing we'll see is this week on the Wrestling Red Zone show for New Japan.
See, they're calling it Wrestling Red Zone. I want it to be like Scott Hansen talking about like 12 hours of uninterrupted pro wrestling. And it's like the quad box of like pro wrestling.
How great would that be? That's what WrestleMania weekend should be. There should be a WrestleMania weekend Red Zone.
I'm shocked no one's like done that.
Yeah, like IWTV or somebody just trying to do it. Yeah. See, we've got ideas. Come to us for ideas, people. We'll sell them to you.
Yes.
Give me money.
Yeah. Yeah. Will needs to pay his student loans. Give him money.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Wrestling Red Zone, the main event for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. Bishamon, Yoshihashi, and Hiroki Goto against Colin Newman and Great O'Khan. Who goes home with the gold?
Great O'Khan.
I think so too.
Every time I hear Bishamon, I think like they're Digimon.
Mm-hmm. Bishamon one.
And then like I picture like Goto is like that Digimon that has like Gatling guns in the jorts.
I can see it. But yeah, I just think the tag belts are. I think it's not important enough for Goto's time right now.
Yeah, I put it back on Great O'Khan or whatever because they lost it because one of he got injured and shit. So
didn't I say at some point that this year at the Dome, Bishamon will be back together wrestling for the tag belts?
Yeah. But we didn't think it'd be alongside a Goto title.
Too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like Jey Uso. He won the title and then they go for the tag titles.
I guess speaking of replacements, we didn't even talk about this. Who's going to replace Bushi in the Best of the Super Juniors?
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, they haven't.
I didn't think about that.
We've got 2 open spots because we still haven't announced the CMLL participant yet.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to be Jacob Austin Young because he's already there.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about okay, yeah. Him.
I think it just makes them you don't have to find another guy to pay.
It's gonna be
Mao.
Joe Hendry.
I was already in it. Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't actually know how he probably could technically be a cruiserweight. I don't think he's
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You know, my dad, he wrestled the junior divisions growing up. He actually invented. That's why I'm Rocky Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's Rocky. He goes by Rocky Jr. The best Super Juniors. Yes, that's perfect.
There you go.
So yeah, Cal Newman gets his tag title back. Good for him. And then at wrestling, he's in No Kuni. Mm-hmm. We have 3 title matches to talk about. First, the NJPW World Television Championship.
Great O'Khan, double champ.
Yes. Double champ Great O'Khan defends the TV title against El Phantasmo in a rematch. I cannot imagine him dropping the belt right back.
I could.
Well, it just seems like they're moving Phantasmo on to other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he declare he was a heavyweight now?
Yeah. I mean, he's been, but yeah, I mean,
I'm guessing. Who else said they declared they was heavyweight now?
Kevin Knight?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But after Best of Super Juniors, he's doing heavy, yeah.
After this, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to win both tournaments.
Mm-hmm. He said, fuck your couch.
Listen, I'm not saying he's not going to win both tournaments. I'm just saying if he gets more than 6 points combined, I'll be surprised.
Why is that, huh?
Yeah.
He's a minority?
No, because he's like a fledgling. He's a young boy.
Yeah, he's going to be taking some pins.
Mm-hmm.
I think Great O'Khan holds onto that belt. The
belt,
IWG.
I like how the AEW threw the ROH TV title on Nick Wayne just before the tournament.
Yeah, I do like that, actually.
I mean, it is smart, actually, because you're going to have him bring that
please
belt
watch
around.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah. People being like, oh, that still exists. That's fun.
Where's the Beer City Bruiser?
Yeah. Or they just could have...
Where is Beer City Bruiser?
They could have just sung Commander.
Is the Commander signed? Commander has to be signed.
He was the fucking champ.
I know. I was saying he has to be under contract.
Yeah.
I would think so. At least it wasn't Bandito. Because God knows what that contract...
I'm surprised as fuck they ain't seen hologram.
God knows what that Bandito contract is.
I win.
Basically. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita, the Ichiban Sweet Boys, defend the titles against Master Wato and Yo. You know who I don't need to see? You know who I don't need to see with the title right now is Master Wato. Like he's gotten better. I'm more interested in him than I was, but I don't think that makes much sense.
It's perfect timing with the re-release of episode 3, and we have Wato back in the news.
Well, would be the perfect opportunity for Master Wato.
Mm-hmm.
House of Torture.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Can we stop putting everyone in House of Torture?
You could turn his blue colors to purple.
Everything is torture.
Jesus.
Now, this is the one I'm interested in.
Yes.
Hit me up.
Main event, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. El Desperado versus the next leader of United Empire, Templario.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be fun. Despy has not had a bad title defense so far.
Yeah, he's atoning for the mishap.
Well, I mean
it's actually been 2 back-to-back because like him and Doki had the match, he got hurt. Mm-hmm. Then they had the return match, then Doki got hurt.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, fuck.
We can't put them together anymore. But now this should be fun. Templario's good. He always shows out. This will be interesting.
Wouldn't that be wild though?
A main event.
Wouldn't that be wild though?
If Templario won?
No, the time that Doki come back and they have the return match, him and Desperado, they just like implode.
Like physically, like they die.
They just like all my limbs.
That's dark.
I am.
Jesus. I mean, Despy wins this. That's not even a question. But I think it'll be a really solid match. And then I believe
Joe Hendry.
I do. And Joe Hendry.
There you go.
I mean, that was yesterday. Christ is already risen.
Christ rose. Pope died.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And they had the nerve today on the news to say Easter Monday. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like WrestleMania is Sunday and Saturday. Just gotta keep trying to sell more of this bullshit.
Gotta get those extra peeps out of there.
Yeah. But I think that'll about cover it for this week. We didn't get all of it, but we'll try again next time. For Will and B-Rob, I'm Kaz. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next time. Fuck, I screwed that.
God.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Save me. If it's your outro, Kaz fucked it up.
Yep. Perfect.
You've been listening to a Fatal 4 podcast. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts and visit fatal4pod.com for more episodes, merchandise, and info on the Patreon.